I'd say you're one person that really spoke out for Palestine.
There's a lot of more demand now on me, which is a blessing, alhamdulillah. Like it comes with its own kind of pressures, all kind of expectations. And as much as people look from the outside and they see the big life,
Yeah.
it comes with a lot of anxiety and a lot of insecurities and a lot of, the fact that like you're not sure, the fear of failing, the fear of not making up, the fear of not rising up to people's expectations. That's always a constant fear.
Because I feel like you have a lot of pressure on you now. Like you are in a way kind of like the spokesman of the Middle East.
Don't say that.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's always been. And the thing is, like, when I said in people, I've seen this movie before. Because in Egypt, like some people just started to know me in the past few months because of what happened in Palestine. But 12, 13 years ago, I was having my own show in Egypt. And I also went out for nothing. I was like, I didn't have anything to do with media. I was a heart surgeon. Found myself doing a political satire show, got viral. And suddenly people were like, oh, you're the spokesman of the Egyptian revolution. You're the spokesman of the youth. It's like, I'm not. And I kept saying I'm not. I'm just a comedian. I do satire. I just speak my mind. And at a certain point when you cannot continue for whatever reason, safety, fear, whatever, people get let down. It's like, you let us down, you're a sellout, you're a coward, and you can see that kind of love turn into hate overnight. It's crazy. So, and this is the problem with iconizing people. I always talk about the idea of iconizing individuals, because at the end of the day, you're a human. You have your limitation. But people are so frustrated, so they put so much pressure, so much expectation on you, and at a certain point, you cannot rise up to every expectation. You can't, especially in this issue that we're talking about right now. It's been like 75 years of failure. Yeah, people that you can't expect that I'm come and do something different. I just speak up, and for people. Are happy that like they see their minds the thoughts in their minds being materialized, but this is as much as I can do. I can only speak. Yeah. And then there's people like I remember from somebody like DM me, was like, well, what do you think you did? You're like, Palestine is still occupied. It's like, what do you expect me to do?
I mean, you're only one guy at the end of the day.
In Gaza, so what can I do? Yeah. I mean, there is only much you can do.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and this I think, like you being an online personality, you get a lot of that. You get a lot of hate, a lot of trolling. People just like have so much frustration, and because now online make everybody very like one comment.
We come the boxing bags.
Yeah, you just like people just like put all of their frustration, all of their anger at you, and you as you said, you become a punching bag, and it's not really. I'm doing my part, and the thing is, like, you never win. You don't speak up, you're a coward. You speak up, you haven't spoken enough. You spoke enough, you're doing this for clouts and clicks. Yeah. So
whatever you do,
you never win. So this is the idea. This is the problem. That's why I'm trying to learn to separate myself from that kind of thing. You do it for yourself. You don't do it, and I try to isolate myself from the commotion on the internet.
Moving on. This is the biggest question of the day. Okay. Do you condemn Hamas?
I condemn any kind of unnecessary violence, yes.
No, seriously, moving on to this topic. Now, I'd say you're one person that really spoke out for Palestine. Obviously, being a few months into this whole thing, where are you sitting at right now? Obviously, the situation is still going on. It's a sad situation. But where's your headspace in this whole conflict?
Well, I mean, when this started, I think we were in the defensive, kind of like trying to ridicule their talking points that basically allowing more innocent people to die. But I think recently I've been more on the defensive. I'm more on the offensive now.
Okay.
Meaning that even if the war in Gaza stopped today, I will not stop talking, because there is much more that Israel is doing, more than just like doing what they're doing in Palestine.
Yeah.
The fact that they are meddling in American politics, the fact that they are buying politicians, the fact that they are AIPAC is openly bragging about the candidates that they are financing are winning their primaries, and they're penalizing other candidates for speaking against Israel. This is very worrying.
Yeah.
The fact that a client country that we support as an American with our tax dollars are actually calling the shots for our politicians, this is crazy and unacceptable.
I have a question. don't you think it's vice versa? Don't you think America's actually the one driving the force? Because I feel like you're saying that Israel is buying America, but I think it's the opposite. I think, America has enough money and maybe they're using Israel as a standpoint in the Middle East. That's what people say.
No. I think the problem is like America at the end of the day is run by people, and those people are politicians. Those people need money to get their elections.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's a huge backing up from Israel, not because of the Jewish people in America. It's also because of a lot of the Christian Zionists. A lot of the support that comes for Israel doesn't come from Jewish people, Jewish billionaires, and a lot of Jewish people don't accept what Israel is doing, but it's also coming from a lot of people who are Christian evangelicals, who are the Christian Zionists. I don't know if you read about this, but those are people who are praying for the end of time and praying for Armageddon.